If you are a teacher, June is vacation time, but for TPT sellers, it's prime time. If you're a tennis player or a tennis watcher, you know that reference. Now is a good time to get your store ready for back to school. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you 3 strategies that you can work on right now. Okay, if you are new or returning, welcome. Here at It's All Primary, we talk teacher side hustles. So first of all, thanks for all the comments and everything regarding last week's video on using ChatGPT as your business coach. I am still blown away by with some of the stuff that AI has suggested, and then I make it, and lo and behold, I mean, again, do a bit of keyword research, but it's pretty crazy. Okay, so, and where did I get these 3 ideas? I took what ChatGPT gave me as my strategy for this summer, and have now together we're outlining video ideas for videos. Who knew? So strategy number 1, and this is ChatGPT's ideas, but I kind of agree with many of them. Strategy number 1 is to refresh best sellers, especially if you have a couple hundred or let's just say 100 or more products existing in your store. So maybe your store is a year old or older. And somebody asked me in the comments this past week about when do you decide on bestsellers and when do you decide on new products? Fantastic question. I don't think there's one rule of thumb. If you are a new seller, I would probably do new products. If you are a little bit more seasoned with your selling, I would refresh your best sellers. So where do we go to the best sellers? You know it, dashboard. Go to your dashboard, look up what was selling last August. Go into your dashboard, change the dates to August or September. You can do August and September, really. Don't even worry about your earnings, but look at your units sold, look at your views, and look at your conversion rate. Those are the 3 I'd be looking at. Take some screenshots, record those down. For example, my conversion rate last fall was 7%. I'm very happy with 7%, that's for sure, because the previous fall was 4%. Views, now views in 2023 were higher, but in 2022, they were just under 2,800 for both August and September. But my earnings were up, and also my units sold was up. So now I want to try and improve on that. While I'm in there, I go and look to see what were my top selling products for those 2 months, because I don't know about you, but August leads into September for me as far as sales. So August is usually a decent month. You know how we get this with our sales. September is usually a good month. It's usually one of my highest months. So I'm going to look at my top products, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them a makeover. I'm going to check fonts on the covers. I'm going to look to see if the fonts are even outdated. There are fonts that just look old. So I want to be looking at my covers. One of the things that it was really interesting, I was looking for a certain product this past week, and when I scrolled, the amount of white covers was crazy. I just went, people have been updating their covers so that they're all white, right? They're very, clean. So that's kind of where people are at right now. Clean covers. Check your covers, check your thumbnails. Do you have a PDF preview or a PDF video attached to your product? Because you can get more sales that way. And within, again, checking everything, could you do your photography a little bit better? Could the lighting be better, right? Like scrutinize. So start with that stuff first. And then if the product itself needs a little oomph to it, then do it. One of the suggestions that I make, and I saw this with a product, actually I've seen it with a couple products that I have purchased in the past, is that when they update, they don't get rid of the previous file. So they actually upload their product as a zip, And then I open up the zip, I see a file dated, I don't know, 2020 and then 2025 or 2024. And so I've got the original resource that I had purchased and I've got an update. And I love that because there's a unit that I purchased a few years ago and they updated it and I don't like the update. Who knew? I don't like the font, right? And now I don't have, and they don't. So anyways, I'm actually going to write them and say, can I get the old copy back, please? We'll see what they say. But yeah, I think it's again a nice touch that if you're going to update your product, give them the original link. They may want it for, who knows, maybe there's a page they really like that's not on the new and improved one. You never know. So you're going to check for updates. You're going to see if maybe some of them do in fact meet learning standards, Common Core, TEKS, some of the other American ones that you can add to it. Teachers are looking for that. And then when you do in fact upload it, here's a little tip I heard from another TPT seller, and that was if you are trying to get an increase of your TPT reviews, then in the update, you have space to type something to your buyers. And right in there, what she would do is she would write, this product has been updated. Also, did you know you can earn free products by leaving a review? And she said she got a lot more reviews after an update because people read that and maybe it just kind of gave them a nudge, right? Strategy number 2 is still along the lines of strategy number 1, but you may find that there are lots of products you want to upgrade. The word is batch. Batch some stuff. So if you've got, let's just say, let's focus on your top 5 products. Then what you want to do is maybe do the photography for all 5 of them in one day, instead of bringing out the camera and bringing out, right, all the little props and all that sort of stuff that you want to do. Do it all in one day. Work on your preview PDFs all in one day, right? So if things have similar tasks that you need to do that task for all 5 products at the same time. It may take you a little bit longer initially, but once you get into a rhythm and some momentum of creating this way, it's actually faster. And then you can just focus in on that one task, as opposed to, oh, I gotta do this, oh, I gotta do this, oh, I gotta do this, right? You want to be able to just focus, remember, put the blinders on and go on to what you need to do. If you're thinking of doing new products, I would start with some seasonal, back to school, fall related products. Do you have classroom decoration type products? Do you have anything that could help for the first couple weeks of school? Just reviews, things like that. Whether you want to get into, like, for example, in primary, often we study apples, right? Now, there are thousands and thousands of apple units, but maybe you can combine apples with something else. Apples and pumpkins, and I think there's a few of those out there as well. But think about some possible back to school products you can make, and make them in June and get them uploaded before July. Because some teachers do in fact come back to school middle to end of July. I can't even fathom it. And it's fine. If you have email, or if you have a Instagram, TikTok, Facebook account that you want to grow, batch some possible posts. And this is where ChatGPT comes in handy. I will make a full-length video for my other channel, and then I'll ask for a short, and it'll give me a short suggestion. It's given me post suggestions to put online in June and July, things like that. So you can ask to help it write your posts for you. I would use Canva to make them. They actually have the right dimensions in Canva, which is great, and you don't have to have a pro account for this. You can use a free account. Batching is a big strategy, and a lot of people swear by it. I don't always love it, but for me, it's always about not being consistent with it. And same thing with emails. Instead of writing 1 email a week, which is what I tend to do, why don't you write 4? Sit down for a little bit longer, write 4 of them, and then just schedule them out. And then that gives you a little bit of break to work on something else. Don't just do something once. Do it multiple times over for multiple things. Does that make sense? Okay, and then strategy number 3 is to optimize your storefront. I've had a video or 2 on this already, but double check give your banner a nice refresh, even lighten it up or something. Give it a refresh. Look at your custom categories. Look at different things. Look at how, do you have a message for your buyers? Not just, I've been a teacher for so many years, right? They don't care. Tell them what this store is going to offer them. Give them something. Also, you're allowed to create 4 features, so feature 4 products. Change them up this summer. And in fact, put in your back to school, anything back to school, fall related in your features. One of the features will be one of my best-selling products. I actually have a bestsellers custom category as well. And then the last one, and it's something I actually have not been doing all of 2025. I normally would have done about 3 or 4, maybe 4 by now. And that is either have your own sale, which you can do, especially if you have an audience, and you decide on the word, participate in a hashtag sale with other sellers. There's one going on right now as I speak, and it's one I usually do because I can tell by looking at last year's sales. June, I had a bunch of sales from a hashtag sale. How do I know that? There's 2 products that I almost always in a hashtag sale, and their sales spiked because I offer them for $1, and they're normally $3 to $4. If you're interested in joining a TPT hashtag sale, there is 2 of them on Facebook group. So the first group is I had to look it up, the TPT promotional sales and hashtags for TPT sellers. I'll put a link down below. That's one of them. And so they're having a sale now. They usually have another sale around the back to school or in September. There's one called TPT hashtag sales. Now those are just for TPT. There's also a group that does boom hashtag sales if you're doing boom, and they don't do theirs often. So that's the 3. Now I got a little bonus for you. If you're feeling, you want to try something, experiment by putting out promos at the end of July. What do I mean by a promo? If you're on Instagram, if you're on social media, start talking about there's a big sale coming, or what do you need for back to school? Like, start talking about it, because if you start talking about it, someone out there wants to talk about it too. And the other thing is, make sure you are getting TPT's emails, because they offer TPT sellers TPT gift cards. How many times can I say TPT? TPT gift cards, and then you can use those as a giveaway. Okay, and if you need a video on how to do a giveaway, let me know. I think I have one, but it's pretty old. Maybe I'll update that one. Okay. Let me know if you have some strategies. Did you use ChatGPT to give you some strategies? And if you're willing to share one of them, please pop them down below. So the next video that I'm going to be doing is my top favorite tools for running my TPT store. There's not a lot of products that I use for my business, but the ones that I use, I like a lot. Okay, you'll hear me talk about them. So there will be no surprise in this list. There shouldn't be anyways, okay? So wherever you are in the world, I hope you and your family are staying safe, being healthy, and we'll catch you in that video or the playlist. See ya.